Alright, so part 4, which is afterwards. So I delivered him at 11:32, and I was still in the birth pool. We waited for the cord to stop pulsing. My husband cut it, and mind you, Deacon had fallen asleep about... Boys! Deacon had... Dang dogs. Deacon had fallen asleep about 10 minutes before he was born, literally. And I'm not a loud birther at all, so I didn't like wake him up or anything like that. He slept through all of it, and he got up right when I was walking over to the couch. So I hadn't delivered the placenta yet. My husband had cut the cord. My husband was holding Drake, and I got up and got up out of the pool and walked over to the couch to deliver the placenta, just to get out of the water and just kind of relax, nurse him, that type of thing. Shortly after I got out of the birth pool, I delivered the placenta, and it wasn't, everybody, it might seem like, at the time, it was probably really, like, gory, because the birth pool was full of blood. I guess I dripped some blood walking from the birth pool to the couch. Couldn't tell you where, because they cleaned it up right away. I was on the couch, delivered the placenta, and just a couple of just like a contraction. It was, I mean, it was really easy. Delivering Deacon's for some reason was a lot more difficult. Maybe because it wasn't ready and they were kind of pulling on it and making it come early, but his was super, super easy to deliver. And it came out, everything came out in one piece. It was perfect. What else? I hung out on the couch. Deacon woke up. He came downstairs. He met his brother, which was amazing. He said, somebody said something, and Deacon said, I like him. So Deacon immediately approved and said that he liked him. It was adorable. Gosh, I'm just trying to think of like all that happened, and it was honestly so chill. I got over to the couch probably at about midnight. Yeah, delivered it. Just hung out, we took pictures, we talked. He had his newborn exam. He was 21 inches long, he was 7 pounds, 10 ounces, his head was 14 inches. He nursed a little bit. He didn't nurse right away. And then my husband was holding him, and then my mom held him, and then my mom said he was rooting, so I'm like, give me my baby. So I started nursing him, and he latched on, no problem. And yeah, he got his newborn exam. Everything checked out perfect with that. It was nice because they did his newborn exam right next to me on the couch, so he didn't have to go away for it. It was amazing. With Deacon, I didn't see him for about a half hour after he was born. Granted, he was in the room. I mean, he went out in the hallway to be weighed before I ever even got to see him. So it was really nice to be able to hold Drake right away, and he was in the same room as me the entire time. It was amazing. So everybody was here until about, I would say probably about 2:30ish, I would think. And then my mom went home. My dad came inside from the car because I didn't end up needing a hospital chauffeur. My dad ended up coming inside. I never stand and vlog, and now I know why. I can't hold still. I'm very fidgety, so I'm sorry. That, and I don't have anything written down, so it's probably making this video really bleh. But my dad came inside from in the car and met him. My sister and her boyfriend came over and met him after she got off work. And they were here actually for the newborn exam. I'm trying to think. Okay, so then after everybody went home, I needed to pee really bad again. I was drinking a lot throughout labor. And I think I was snacking too, because I remember being in my fridge a lot, which is odd. Oh, and after I had him, I was starving. Starving. I ate, what all did I eat? I ate a lot. I had a big thing of water, I had a thing of milk, I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I had granola bars, I had a cookie, I had, I had some other stuff too, but yeah, I was absolutely famished. Which I was after I had Deacon too. I mean, after you give birth to a baby, you're hungry. So, plan on eating if you can. Boys! Sorry. My big boy should be home any minute now. From soccer practice. Okay, so after all of that, we went upstairs. I was able to walk right away. I peed. Got my Depends on, which, by the way, if you're having a baby, Depends for the bleeding after birth for the first like 3 days is a godsend. So you have to have Depends. Those mesh underwear and whatnot, they shift or they leak or whatever. The Depends were amazing. So I would highly recommend the Depends. We went upstairs and I needed to be checked out, so I laid down in bed, and my husband had Drake. I think he introduced them to the dogs, and where was Deacon at? Oh, Deacon was still with me. So Deacon was just hanging out with me the whole time. So we went upstairs in bed, and they checked me to make sure that to check for any tearing, basically. And I had 2 small scratches, nothing that would need a stitch or anything like that. And that was seriously it. So they tucked me into bed. They checked him one more time, checked his temperature, made sure everything was okay, checked my blood pressure, and I think they did. Yeah, they checked my blood pressure. I'm so sorry about the dogs. And basically just went on their way. It was so simple. They started a little laundry. We finally fell asleep at like 4 a.m. and I was just on like baby high. I was so sorry. I was totally just on a complete baby high. I didn't want to sleep. I just wanted to stare at him, and I was in awe. I think the craziest part about just having a home birth is how natural it is, and not just in the sense that I wasn't hooked up to machines, all that other stuff. It was so peaceful and so simple. And I hate to say it was easy, because giving birth is not necessarily easy, but in the comfort of your own home, and to be able to give birth in the water, and to be able to be tucked into your own bed after you have your baby is just, it just seemed so right, I guess is the best way to put it, compared to our hospital birth. And I will probably do a video comparing hospital to home birth, and just in my own personal experiences. And it was just so right. It was so simple. It was so easy. It was like no big deal. And I hate to say that, because it is a big deal, but it just was like no big deal. It was like, oh, hey guys, I'm in labor. Come on over, let's have a baby, and alright, thanks for hanging, see you later. It was that simple. I don't know, it was great. So my experience was really good. Again, I didn't tear, and with Deacon I tore like a mofo. Oh my gosh. I remember standing in the mirror and looking in the mirror after I had him and seeing stitches. I tore so far up the front, and his head was 3/4 of an inch smaller than his head, and I had 2 scratches. That was it. So it was pretty neat. Some cool things that did happen like during the labor was something that I didn't get to experience with Deacon. Granted, I did not have pain medication with him. They did use the vacuum to get him out, and I didn't get to experience actually like feeling the baby come down and out. And it was the coolest feeling, because I could feel, it was like almost I could feel each part. I knew where his head was, I knew where his shoulders were. It was really cool. So it was a neat feeling. I remember after one contraction, it felt like he went all the way back up to my ribs. Oh, and I was so pissed. That was when it was like, okay, he's coming out next contraction, because I am not going to feel his head retract all the way back up again. That was really a neat feeling. What else? I feel like I'm missing out on so much. As far as pain after birth goes, there was no actual pain from the birth. I mean, it was just, granted, I was a little like uncomfortable, like a little tender, but with Deacon I was on Mega Motrin, and I was in a lot of pain, and I think it was to do with all the tearing and the stitches. But with him, I had no pain after I had him. The only pain I did experience was the nursing cramps. So I did take 2 Motrin to try to alleviate that pain. It didn't work, so I haven't taken anything since. So the whole process for that, as far as that goes, is I didn't take anything. I didn't need it, which was really a nice thing. I think that pretty much sums it up, though. My midwife came back a day later to check on us and do his PKU and things like that. And yeah, I mean, it It was so wonderful. I'm telling you guys, it was amazing. So I will share some labor and delivery footage. I'll share the pictures. I'll do some, I want to owe you guys a preeclampsia prevention video, what I did differently in this pregnancy versus Deacon's to prevent preeclampsia. So I'll definitely do that video. Yeah, if you guys have any other videos that you want to see or want to hear about, let me know, and I'll be happy to do them. Otherwise, I hope to get back to all my normal videos soon, and yeah, I think that's it. So, thanks guys for watching, and I will talk to you later. Bye!